95.9 The Zone. Brought to you by RPT and Rick's Pro Truck with their fuel off-road wheels. 2 locations, I-55 South and Lakeland Drive, Flowood. Twitter handle at Bowbounds. Number 601-707-3750. We want to say good morning to our radio and digital partners and our listeners. Hope you had a great weekend. We sure did. I tell you what, before I get into Shea Patterson and Dak Prescott, last week was great. So we start the week off in Gulfport. When we come back, knock out several shows. We had a huge party here on Thursday night with J. Olive and brought in a big boy grill. One of those, those grills are like 6 feet wide and where you could cook for 600 people. We had over 125 people in the studio, partners, friends, celebrating football and this beautiful place and good food and all of it mixed with J. Olive marinade or J. Olive dips. I'm talking wings, pulled pork, flatbread, you name it. And, and steak kebabs were delicious. So we did that. And then on Friday, we go to Shapley's. Saturday, we have the big Ameristar event at their new sports bar, the End Zone, where we watched Ole Miss and A&M. And Tito's handmade vodka was a part of that. And then Sunday, I go to County Seat for brunch. So I'm checking out socially for the next week. I mean, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Man, that's a lot for me.
You just ran the roads, man. That sounds like a schedule like I would have.
Yeah, no kidding.
You just went, go and blow. That's good.
It was a lot of fun. And we got to see a lot of people down in Gulfport, here for the party. We've now had over 2,000 people in the studio in the first year. And we plan on doubling that in 2017.
I don't know if we could ever fit that many people in the other studio.
I'm talking about over... No, we couldn't. We could not fit that many people in the other studio.
The microphone booth.
Once you get 3 people in that other studio,
it's about over.
It gets kind of cramped. 4, you're in big, big trouble. But, we've had almost 2,500 people in the studio over the course of the year, and we plan on doubling that. So that's going to be exciting in 2017. You can watch us live on our Facebook page, The Out of Bounds Show, or on the app. You can watch live and check out the super cool BankPlus studio set. All right, Drew, you went to Texas A&M, and Shea Patterson had an amazing second half where Ole Miss scored 23 points in the fourth quarter, and Shea threw for 338 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that was your first time there?
Yes.
What was it like after they spent $450 million on that stadium after the Johnny Manziel phenomenon?
It's the most impressive stadium I've been in the SEC. Bama's is really nice, but just all 4 sides of A&M is just massive. Impressive.
They did it right.
Yeah, it's really nice, and it gets really loud. They were ready to roll, even though they'd lost the state. They were ready to go. Right.
How loud as you tell me about the third and fourth quarter.
Well, third quarter was they were kind of in the we're up 21-6 mode, taking it a little easy. I mean, that place never dies down though because they got all those chants and they're always rolling.
Do they do that the whole time?
Yes, like it'll be a break and they will start. Everybody will bend down their knees and start rolling with chants, and it's just in unison.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's.
How many students do you think they? Because that is a large university.
Yes.
And now that they expanded the stadium, and I know this is tough for you to come up with an exact number, but how many students do you think attend their game now that they have over 100,000 seats?
Probably between 20 and 30,000.
Wow.
It's probably a student body of over 50.
Oh, no doubt. That's remarkable right there. All right, so fourth quarter. Ole Miss mounts the come. First of all, Ole Miss kicks off the onside kick, and A&M gets it, right?
Right.
And I thought A&M's play calling in the second half was borderline atrocious.
Explain that.
Yeah, not sure really what their really goal or strategy was in the second half compared to the first half. So as the second half rolled on, Drew, the Ole Miss line of scrimmage on both sides of the football started to take control of the game. And when that happened, that allowed Shea to get his feet under him, start to breathe a little bit, and then he started slinging dimes. Talk about the fourth quarter and the comeback, the 23 points, some of the throws that he made, but I also thought that Stringfellow was magnificent.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Shea got better as the game went on, and then fourth quarter he really shined and was. I mean, the plays he made with his feet are kind of what I thought made him gave him that extra level.
Yeah.
I mean, in the third quarter, they had a bunch of drives that stalled down in the red zone with picks and fumbles, and Ole Miss probably could have scored near 40 points.
No doubt.
If they don't make some blunders in the red zone, but I mean, Shea made some plays, but his defense gave him the opportunity to do so.
Line of scrimmage, defensive line started to dominate that game in the second half. Benito Jones and DJ Jones and Marquise Haynes and Fadal Brown and Isaac Gross. There was a long list of guys, even though Shea had a record-setting night and an unbelievable night for his first start on the road. And the Shea Patterson hype was already it's now in what would you say, turbo drive. It was already in fifth gear. We've done more interviews before he ever hit campus than any other player. Kim Dichie was the other one out of any Ole Miss or Mississippi State player that's ever been recruited since we've been on this show, which is almost 14 years. It is 14 football seasons we've been on.
Is he the most? I mean, he's had the most hype around him out of any player we've ever had in the state, right?
Yes.
And who? I mean, I can't.
Even though Kim Dichie, Treadwell, Tunsil, collectively, there was a lot to that. Shea,
He's a quarterback,
right? That's right.
Man, I guess number 2 is going to be Cam Akers.
What'd you have as the play of the game, Drew?
Everybody's talking about it. It's that play where he rolls out and then spins back around and throws it to.
And then Musburger dropped the Manziel reference.
Well,
he had already done that, I guess, on some of the runs.
Honestly, sounds like very hindsight 2020. But when he was running the ball in like the first quarter, I thought that he wasn't like as productive as Manziel, but I thought he just looked like Manziel the way he holds the ball out and like shifts and
and their size.
Yeah, they just look similar.
Did you hear his quote? Patterson said, "It's crazy. My first start, Johnny Manziel was my favorite player growing up. It's ironic that I get to start my first game at Cal Field. We'll see what I can do." He'll never shed that now. He is.
Oh no, the Patterson, the Manziel comparison will now stick to him like glue.
Solidified.
Yeah.
Which hey, as a college football player, that's
I thought
strong.
the Tebow deal stuck to Dak, and I thought Dak from the start was not Tebow, and showed early that he wasn't that he was much better in the pocket. We'll see what I think Shea's going to be. Well, we'll see. Let's give Shea a few games, but right now he's a superstar.
Oh, we can't do that.
It's like Chad Kelly, who all of a sudden in the Ole Miss fan base and in Oxford.
Can't give him a few stars. He's the Heisman favorite.
I don't.
He might win it this year.
Well, he's not going to play a good defense from here on out.
No, he's not.
Vandy, Mississippi State, and they will pull an average bowl team, so he should put up Tecmo Bowl, PlayStation numbers left and right here over his next 3 games. Vandy, MSU, and
Vandy's not a bad defense.
no, but
They're
man,
not bad.
I guess giving up 26 to Missouri, who I didn't even think could get a first down. Then again, I didn't watch that game, so Missouri could have gotten 2 defensive touchdowns for all I know. That is not a game that
You didn't dial into that one, man?
I did not dial into
Come on.
Vandy and Mizzou. Vandy's got a solid defense, but the talent profile is Vandy's not a top 40 recruiter, and Ole Miss is a top 12 recruiter. Do we want to drop the audio in the second segment? All right, because we got Luganville at 7:30. Luganville at 7:30 for the SEC Insider Hit. Steve Palazzolo, ProFootballFocus.com, owned by Chris Collingsworth, NBC Sports, at 9 o'clock to discuss Dak. I guess we'll look for a different angle with Luganville on Shea, because we've done about 20 interviews with Lugs on Shea Patterson, but now we have some college PT, or he has some college PT under his belt. So straight ahead, Freeze on Shea and Shea on Shea with the big board. We're live in the BankPlus studio. Welcome in Shea Patterson. First half, took him a little while to get settled. Second half, 23 points in the fourth quarter with 46 yards? 338 yards passing and 64 running. Straight ahead, the big board. We're streaming on The Zone, 105.9.